Now, I actually want this. I'm going to ask a question now that usually reserved for the end of the podcast, but because you made such an amazing segue, I have to ask it right now. So imagine that you lost it all. You only have a
Yep.
$1,000 to your name, no contacts, nobody knows you. What would you do to get back on your feet within 30 days?
Awesome. Great question. What would I do? I would. So there's a great book called Never Eat Alone. And
Mm,
in that book, it tells you that you can get the best information from anybody
mhm.
in any industry simply by taking them out to lunch or to dinner. And lunch or dinner, $20, $30,
Sure.
$50, it doesn't matter. I've got $1,000, right?
Mhm.
So I would decide which industry I wanted to go into. First, actually, before I did that, I would decide in my mind how much money I want to make. So that's the
Mhm.
first step in anything. How much money do I want to make, by when, and then the how. So if I had, let's say I want to generate $100,000, right? 100,000, that's my target. So if I want to generate $100,000, I'd say, okay, 100,000. How am I going to do that? Okay, what software can I sell, which is easy, where I don't have to do fulfillment? So we could go e-commerce or we could go software. You're an e-commerce guy. Do you want me to go an e-commerce route? I'm happy to do that too.
I mean, you're the
You,
start.
you,
Up
you,
to
you,
you.
you.
Okay, let's go e-commerce. Let's go e-commerce.
uh,
Yeah.
let's do e-commerce. E-commerce is easy because we go on Google, we check out all the trends, see what's trending, look at all the influencers who I can get a handle of, who actually do have proper followings. And I'm not talking about the big ones. I'd talk about the micro influencers. I would then figure out how to get on their radar, liking, commenting, etc. All of those things, so that they now seeing me popping up. And then I would find the product which we can then complement to whatever they've got. Now, of
Mhm.
course, this product has to be lightweight, and it has to be, able to be shipped without getting damaged. If you've seen videos of how shipping is done right now,
Oh
these guys are
yes,
just throwing every
they
package
don't
around.
care.
That's right. So it has to be light, it has to be indestructible, it has
Hmm.
to be not electronic, because with electronics there's too many headaches, right?
Sure.
Returns, etc. And the person has to be happy once they get it. They have to open it
Hmm.
up and go, wow, what a great experience. So I would find a product. I would then find the right influencers, because they already have the distribution. If there's no influencers, I'll find the right databases, or I'll do marketing on Facebook or Google or YouTube. YouTube is so cheap right now. So
Hmm.
I'll give you an example.
Yes.
My my mom loves to buy my children presents. So she's on YouTube watching her things, and then she'll see an ad, and it'll say, buy this for your grandchildren. And she'd click, and she'd go and she'd buy it. And next thing you know, 2 days later, there's a present come for my kids, right?
Hmm.
Now, I looked up the things that she's buying. And on Alibaba, even on AliExpress,
Yes.
these things cost about $10. And then when I ask her how much she spent for this, she says $69, $79.
Whoa.
I'm like, wow, good profit margin. Now, even with shipping, there's still a decent $50 in there. Now,
Hmm.
with YouTube targeting, in this case, we're talking about grandmas who are watching
Hmm.
YouTube. It's going to cost me about 20 to 30 cents per click. And then
Wow.
there's the conversion ratio. So turning 20 to 30 cents, let's say there's 10 people, so 10% conversion, turning $3 into a $50 profit. That's what I would do. And then I would just set the system up. Again, very simple. I have the product, I have a landing page, I have a payment gateway, and then I have
Hmm.
one advertising channel, which is YouTube in this case, or I would go the influencer route and tell them to send it out to all their people. Done. I would have $100,000 probably a month using that system.
Fantastic.